Ahoy, Malloy, and welcome back to the Red River Horror Podcast. This is episode number 60. I am your host, Joe Zakrzewski. This week I am joined by RedRiver.com founder, Ed Caiazzo. Hi, Ed. How are you?
Joe, I'm doing excellent, and I'm excited, as always.
Fantastic. Now, right before we get into episode number 60, I want to remind people to go to KeystoneRetro.com if you are looking for some pretty cool vintage gear, like some wrestling, vinyls, collectibles, all that's there over at KeystoneRetro.com. You use promo code REDRIVER for 10% off your order, and that's at KeystoneRetro.com. Now let's get together and travel down those channels of fear. Welcome back to the Red River Horror Podcast. Once again, I'm Joe Zakrzewski, joined by Eddie Caiazzo. So this week, episode number 60. Ed, what I wanted to talk about with October fast approaching, and you know what we do in October is we focus on the Halloween, the movie calendar. Yeah, see.
Now, it is heavily involved with movies, October, obviously.
A lot of movies.
Yes, movies.
Heavily on movies.
Horror movies.
Yeah, especially, that's what it's all about.
Yep.
But there's a few TV shows coming this October that are based on horror movies that we loved, or video games. Indeed.
TV shows based on video games, or video games based on TV shows, or movie? What are we talking about here?
Well, if we're going down like the one that we've talked about, I mean, I mentioned it when it was first announced almost a year ago, which was the Resident Evil series.
Oh, okay.
So there's that.
Got it.
That, at this point, it's, its own brand.
Right. True.
I think the only thing it hasn't done is a TV show.
Okay, so Resident Evil is... Oh, you're saying there will be a Resident Evil TV show.
That is correct.
I just figured it out.
That's correct. So there's going to be Resident Evil. That's coming to Netflix.
Got you. Sorry. So Resident Evil TV show coming to Netflix.
Yeah, there's a bunch. So you had Village came out this year. Still want someone to jump on and talk about Village.
I got to hear about it. Because it looks
so cool.
And you know what's cool? Just a quick aside about that. When Red River Horror 4, when Resident Evil 4 came out for the GameCube, and we saw that for the first time, how beautiful it looked. That's how Village, it appears to me, like it seems to have that same shock. It's like, whoa, that looks really good. Yeah. So yes, I wish a gamer would come on and talk about Resident Evil Village, but I guess I'm going to have to settle for watching the TV show.
Actually, you know what? So there was something, what else came out? Because there was there was so much Resident Evil this year that I'm so just thrown off by it all, because there was four episodes that was on Netflix that came out this past July that got torn apart.
Was that now let me see, was that the CGI one? Is that what it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's something else too.
And they got torn apart, you say?
Yeah. It was I think one of the descriptions of it was like a cut scene that you can't skip.
Oh. Oh, man.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's dude, that person should be a real reviewer.
Ouch.
You said that was a comment. Whoever left that comment, start reviewing stuff.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Time to send John Deere a Dear John.
So, I mean... where are they even at with all this?
All right. So I did see this.
Because there's going to be a live action one that's going to be 8-hour-long episodes.
Okay.
And starring in it is a guy who is Lance Reddick, who is one of my favorite characters from the TV show The Wire.
Okay.
He plays Captain Daniels, if anybody knows. He's tall, lanky, black guy.
Yes.
Very serious face. He's also in the John Wick movies, and he was in... was it Kong vs. Godzilla? I think he was in that too. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, but that's a pretty strong lead for whatever it is they're doing. That's going to work out real nice. But
all right, a live action. Let me just check this from Looper. Live action Resident Evil Netflix
there he is.
Series. Oh yeah, he's right on the cover there. Yeah. Cast and plot, what we know so far. The Resident Evil video game franchise debuted its first game way back in '96. Yes, thanks for the history lesson. But anyway, no, it's actually probably good to read this. Since then, it's spawned more than 20 sequels and remakes, 6 films, but even though the series is almost 25 years old, it hasn't even begun to run out of steam. I agree. There are currently many active Resident Evil projects offering enough zombie-related mayhem to keep fans. All right, get to the live action, John. Here we go. Come on.
I don't even know how much detail there is.
What is the Netflix hasn't announced a release date for its live action Resident Evil series, but since the show is already in production, that's good. Since there are so many other upcoming Resident Evil project release dates, it's possible to make an educated guess. The first project that will debut is the CGI anime series Resident Evil Infinite Darkness.
And it did.
Which you said is like a cutscene you can't skip.
Yep.
That will be followed by the movie remake Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yep.
Wow, which is currently scheduled for November 24th. All right, well, we saw the original in theaters. We're just going to have to see it.
I guess we gotta.
It's got to be a weeknight. School
do
night
it.
win, man. Just like Spiral. Unless Netflix makes a highly unusual move and tries to fit the live-action series in between the two releases, it's most likely the Resident Evil TV show will debut after the film. Wow, probably sometime in the first half of 2022.
Nice.
Yep.
Which is great because that's I could use a break if it's going to be like this much stuff coming because there's just so much going on. But it's like when every time I talk about Resident Evil and even when it says like, oh, it started in 96, one of my favorite childhood memories was sitting around at Eugene's house.
Oh, wow. Oh.
He had like the bigger TV. And
Yes.
they had the PlayStation, like the perks of him having like 2 older brothers with jobs.
Right.
Just like bought all kinds of cool shit that he could use. Like,
Yep.
And they weren't him and his brother could use, him and his other brother could use it when it was available, I guess.
Yep.
I mean, so.
We watched WrestleMania 14 on that.
We did.
That was the Kane versus Undertaker match.
It was.
By the way.
Look.
Pretty
I think
cool.
we talked about that when we did the Undertaker episode too,
so.
because like that's all, like same thing. Because it was like it was in the same room, same spot, and it was like it was dark out. Your kids having like that sleepover. It's you're tired, and there's that creepy Resident Evil music, and just how slow the loading screen cuts.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
open the door. And that first time seeing the dogs, it's like whoa. So super cool, and that's why like Resident Evil. And then I loved the first movie. Like when we saw that, we walked up to the movie theater.
Yes.
Saw it in Andorra, and I shouted at the screen at the end.
You did.
My young excitement.
Oh, you'd probably get arrested now.
If I did that now, it'd be so weird.
Yeah. I mean, we were young. It was.
I was young. I had seen boobies in movies before, but never have I ever seen a labia. This wasn't like the whole thing. It was just like one lip.
It was
in the hospital gown.
Yes.
I'm like, wow,
no way.
So I got a little excited.
You did get excited.
I got a little. Too
I mean,
excited.
but you had good reason to be excited. I mean, any kid that age. So if we saw that in Andorra. That was freshman year of high school, or eighth. No, you had to be freshman year.
Huh.
We saw Harry Potter freshman year of high school. Oh my gosh, we came in late. To that.
I was about to say, I was like, we came in late.
Let's see now, Resident Evil,
and like we missed a lot of it, like more than I realized, because like it was still a long movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that and the fourth one are the only ones that franchise I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, 2002, dude! I am like 2 years off on my years. So we were sophomores.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
In high school. Wow. I'm getting old, man.
Because like 2002, I mean, we were there for everything.
We were.
Like literally almost everything that came out, we'd go see it there.
Because it was cheap. It was fun. You could walk.
Well, yeah, when you can walk to a movie theater, I mean, it's that easy.
Yeah, I didn't know Paul W.S. Anderson directed the original Resident Evil film.
How about that?
Yeah, from Event Horizon and many others, but Event Horizon mostly.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm sorry. So
you click on Paul Anderson real quick. Who's he married to?
Yeah, probably someone rich.
It's
so he's English. Paul W.S. Anderson. Why am I clicking his IMDb to find out who he's married to? What are you doing? What the hell are you? Oh, his spouse.
Maya Rudolph, right? Or no, Mila Jovovich.
Wow, since
Maya
2009.
Rudolph. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Like the hell? No, she's married to Paul Thomas, someone else with some other director. But yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, he's married to Mila Jovovich.
Serbian actress, model, and singer.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, make sure. I didn't want to blurt it out because I've done a lot of like wrong guesses on this show. So I'm like, oh, let's make sure.
Hey, you just got to put yourself out there, Joe.
Yeah, you know, and I'm shameless. You know, I'm gonna go for it.
There's people, and we thank you all for listening. But there are people who know movies, horror movies, details of horror movies, actors, actresses, writers, directors, far better than we do. So
we're not claiming to be experts here.
No,
we just love.
I leave the expert movie criticking to Stacey Lane Wilson.
Yep.
We do the pod, which is a lot of fun, hopefully informative, and we're going to get some video content, which we'll talk about later. But Resident Evil TV series, most likely Q1 2022. What's next?
Hell yeah. So the next one is so we did an entire episode for this movie when, was it the start of summer? I think it was the end of summer we did the I Don't Know What You Did Last Summer episode. That's how we capped.
I'd have to go back.
I think that's how we ended summer last year.
It was a good episode, though.
It was a lot of fun.
I went back and listened to that just because, it was fun.
Yeah. And but hey, Amazon Prime is going to be doing I Know What You Did Last Summer TV series.
Oh, that's smart. So it seems like Bezos is surrounded. Like
he's done. He's not part of that anymore.
No.
He's chilling.
Well, good for him. Well, he surrounded himself with good people on this. I know he really wants to make Amazon Studios and like make that a thing. Like he wants to be a player in the space. And Suspiria was
there's just so much money.
There's
much money. That's why everybody's jumping on it.
This is life.
So this is the trailer for
Yes, sir.
If it wasn't me, it would have been someone
Partying.
else.
Whoa,
So-
sex.
modern,
You know how impossible
sexy,
it is to be your sister?
young people.
Graduation.
Oh,
Am I right?
yeah,
Looks like almost identical to start.
a little richer.
A little richer. Yeah, because it was more like a blue-collar fishing town.
Yeah, girls kissing girls a lot. That's 3 times in the
I
first
can't believe you.
however much.
Sorry. They could be lovers.
It's brutal out here.
Olivia
Someone else
Rodrigo.
said something. Did you say something?
Brutal out here.
Does she act too?
No, just her song. She's just everywhere nowadays.
Good for her.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was an accident. No one will
She's
really
like
know what we
18.
did.
So now,
Same setup. Except now we got better cell phones.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Wait. This is not done yet. Oh, it's just. Sheesh.
Yeah. So you had no idea this was coming?
Dude, I had no idea, and I finally just got around to watching the Scream TV series. It was a little younger, made for more younger people than I expected, but I'm still gonna try this.
So like this being on Amazon Prime probably has a better shot because you could do more on Amazon Prime than you could on MTV.
Okay. That's a fair point.
You know, I mean MTV can take it only so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see where this goes. I mean, it's you know, obviously it's going for like that teen girl audience.
Yes.
It has that kind of vibe to it.
Yes.
But you never know. I mean, it seems like it's worth giving a shot because it's using the formula of the first movie, which is very basic, and it's you know, could work out really well.
I just absolutely love this first comment on this video for the trailer.
What is it?
So this is Amazon Prime Video, obviously. So it's their page. It's the real official trailer for I Know What You Did Last Summer on Amazon Prime. Can't wait for the Urban Legend, the animated series next.
Holy shit, that's amazing.
That's a great
That's
comment.
the best comment I could have. Like, send him money.
Eli Griffith.
Yeah, you killed it. That's amazing.
You just won YouTube today, buddy.
But actually, what's funny about that, I was thinking when I was about to mention Urban Legends, because if you were going to do a TV show, I think Urban Legends would be the better one because then every different episode could be a different urban legend.
I tend to agree, even though you are a fan of the anthology. You like the anthology.
I love the anthology.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying that as a knock. I'm saying like you could tell you gravitate because
I do.
When you first discovered that like, dude, every Halloween movie after the second one was supposed to be different.
Yeah,
you were excited about that specific point of it.
I get a boner for it. What can I say? I mean, I can't help it.
But you're right. Urban legend would be good because yes, you could do different urban legends.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. So someone, give us money. Red River Horror Productions.
We're remaking Wishmaster, but Tony Todd's still going to be in it.
Yep.
And we're doing Urban Legend, the not the animated series, like our friend, the comment winner. Can't wait for Urban Legend, the animated series, Eli Griffith.
Yeah.
So we're not doing an animated series. We're just doing a season of different.
Yeah, I think that one would work really well. Whereas this probably going to get drawn out a little too much.
I could see that. The cool thing, just to liken it, I guess, to Scream in a way, because the two went hand in hand back in the day. Actually, same writer, Kevin Williamson.
Yeah.
Back then, the Scream TV series, the cool thing about that was while it was juvenile, the kills were cool.
Okay.
So there were some kills you're like,
some good kills.
So that's when I see this. I know what you did last summer, the TV series, and you got Olivia Rodrigo music playing, young girls dancing at high-end parties and all that stuff and driving drunk, whatever. I'm like, you know what? The kills might be good, especially since this dude uses a hook.
That's true. I mean, the kills in the movie are great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could work out really well, or it could work out where there's just too much other storyline that takes away from everything. But hey, you know what? It's worth rolling the dice on.
I mean, so, if you have Prime, right? Well, I mean,
most people do at this point. I mean, so why not?
And that comes out on October 15th.
Oh, 15th?
That's what it says on their thing, on their channel.
Cool. Yep. So that should be interesting. Definitely worth checking it out. Other TV show we probably won't be talking about very much, but is in full swing is the new season of American Horror Story. I watched the first episode, but I was like too tired to finish it. I'll let you know more once I get into it, but it looks like it's going back to a darker theme.
Good. I was going to ask you about that because you know how excited I was that first season. Like, I actually put you as the person when they had that challenge.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this GIMP thing, like, we're going to send this out and scare people as viral marketing. So it's just like, sign yourself up, give us a contact. I'm like, Joe totally would do this to me. Like, if anyone's going to make sure that I get scared, it's going to be Joe. So
that's right.
I was so excited, loved the first season, hated the second season, liked the third. Whoa. And the fourth, I think I dropped something here. Sorry. But so anyway, this was a show that I dropped off after the fourth season on American Horror Story.
Yeah.
When it got to the hotel, I wasn't really as into it.
No, I mean, it's a show that I think they did the right thing with FX on Hulu this summer, where they did the anthology series.
American Horror Stories.
Yeah, because each one got better as they went.
Yeah.
So some pretty good ones. And one episode that I'm going to recommend to you to watch for Christmas time. So,
okay.
But we'll get to that when we cross that bridge. Anyway, so we got with American Horror Story, it runs into the same kind of formula where it'll either start off really weak or start off really strong and then just fade away, which is a real shame because the last one they did where it was like kind of like the slasher 80s had a really cool start, and then just fizzled out. And it's kind of cool because the killer was the guy who played Drew Carey's brother from the Drew Carey Show.
Oh, he played Twisty the Clown too.
He did.
Yeah.
And he was also a character on like The Walking Dead for a very long, unnecessarily long episode. But was it? No, there's others before him. I was like, was he the first cross-dresser on TV? No, just the first one that I saw on TV.
Yeah.
On Drew Carey's show, if you remember.
Interesting. All right. So American. So it seems like maybe they got the message from horror fans. It's just like. Now the thing is, there are people who would argue that like they just are huge American Horror Story fans. They love what they've done up to this point and say F it and F us. But for me, maybe it is time to come back if they're doing this anthology season, which I did watch the very first of the American Horror Stories, the first episode of that, but I haven't seen anything since.
Yeah, it's tough because the first one's a 2-parter.
Oh no, is it?
Yeah.
Of the anthology or
of American Horror Stories.
So I got to the end of that and that's not the end.
No.
Oh crap.
The first one's a 2-parter.
Well, then I'll have to watch that for sure.
Yeah. But so that's one like you can always check out. I'm always curious to see how people are doing with that show cuz like my wife likes it. So
okay.
So that's what brought me back to it. And it's like, something to put on. Other than that, if you haven't started watching What We Do in the Shadows, you really need to, because I could talk about that show all day long.
Yeah.
But here's the other one that really surprised me that's coming out, and it's going to be on the Sci-Fi Network, is Chucky. There's going to be a Chucky TV series.
Well, let's just check that out.
Check that out real quick. And here's the surprising thing about it. It's still what's his name? Chuck Dorif or whatever.
Brad Dourif?
Brad Dourif.
The voice?
The voice, same voice. I think even
Nice.
Jennifer Tilly's in there. And I know KeystoneRetro.com's one and only Steve Feast is a big Child's Play fan.
Is he really?
Uh-huh.
That is interesting.
So we'll have he's got to come back and talk some Chucky with us.
We got to get the fans, just like we had Dave on with Saw. That helped us a lot.
Don't fuck with the Chuck.
Right. We had Dave on with Saul. That helped us a lot going into Spiral. It was fun to talk to somebody that knew the series and enjoyed the series. That kind of got me into the mood, ramped up to watch Spiral as our first film back in theaters after a year and a half. But I don't know many Child's Play fans, so I would be really interested to hear from Steve on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, here we go. Chucky. USA and Sci-Fi are combined.
As a Halloween, they'll always remember.
Halloween?
And this
so this
is Jake's.
I like the doll look.
Yep.
He's got...
Jake, you into vintage?
No, I'm into retro.
Oh,
Even
what's the
better,
difference?
Steve.
Oh, Steven.
Fair enough.
Red River Horror.
Look at that. Someone took the butcher knife.
This Halloween, I like this. The Legend Returns.
Hi. I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
No batteries, kid.
Are you okay?
I can't stand the sight of blood. Pussy.
Oh, no, Jake, that isn't quite right.
What happened to you, Jake? You used to have friends.
Don't forget your boy toy.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It's contagious, isn't it? Laughing at people. Well, guess what, Eds? Now the joke's on you.
Look at this.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end.
What did you do?
Mommy says real killing is bad.
Yeah, well, Mommy's full of shit. Look around you. It's the World Series of Slaughter.
Oh, yeah.
Stop. Did you feel that?
Everywhere Jake Wheeler goes, death seems to follow. This creepy doll just creeps me the hell out.
It's kill or be killed. Everybody's gotta choose.
What's going on with you? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Dude. Right?
Chucky. He's gone. Dude, you have a serious doll problem. If you only knew.
What do you think?
That looks really freaking good.
I think that
October
looks...
12th?
I'm gonna go.
That's
kill
the one
your
that's
sister.
October 12th.
Wanna come?
I'm sleepy.
You snooze, you lose.
Whoa.
How about that?
Oh my gosh.
How about that? I think that looks better than pretty much every...
Oh my gosh.
like,
wow.
It seems to be capturing like what Child's Play 1 and 2 basically were but in a TV series.
Plus, you know what I like? I don't know how this is going to go. And obviously, when you make deals with evil, you usually end up losing. But I like the fact that it seems like this kid is being picked on.
Right.
And Chucky's just like, okay, well, we're friends. I'll go kill the people picking on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
That.
I like the way it's working, where it's not like he's just out to take over a body again.
Right.
At least that's not what it's showing at first.
No. And even
which
again,
still could, but it's like, at least like, the original premise is he's a serial killer who gets caught into the doll's body, and then he wants to take the kids, but put himself into a new human body.
October 12th. Yes, indeed. Chucky.
Yeah, how about that? So these are things that we're not going to be really getting to once we start doing our Halloween run. That's why I wanted to talk about them. No,
that's a good call. October is going to be way too, and you're plugged more into the TV, and I always miss stuff. So thank you for this.
Yeah, I mean that's because I'm just in a fortunate position that like when I'm doing my job, like when I'm doing like basic paperwork and stuff, I'll just pop on a show.
Absolutely.
It's like, how do you watch these shows? It's like I stopped watching TV for years until I started like getting more of these pencil pusher type jobs where it's like, where it's like they're just kind of like, yeah, whatever, dude. Like just do your thing. Like, okay.
So just to recap, we have Resident Evil coming out in 2022.
Yeah, but the two big ones coming in October.
I Know What You Did Last Summer. And
or it's just called Chucky.
It's just called Chucky. And what was the other one? There was another show we spoke about.
We were talking about Horror Story.
Oh, American Horror Story.
Also, What We Do in Shadows is in full swing, which if you need the ha-has with vampires, I cannot recommend that show enough. It's one of those shows. It's like first season, it's finding its footing. It has a really good finish to the first season. The second season has some of the funniest things I've ever seen on television. And the third season is just riding that wave.
Nice.
Like it is just absolutely crushing it right now.
Okay.
I cannot, I just enjoy almost every moment of this show.
Excellent. So well, Chucky looks like fun. We might have to watch that one together, just to the first episode.
Yeah,
or maybe
not?
with Steve.
Yeah.
And we'll do a viewing party.
Yeah, I mean, he was asking for watching out. Maybe we'll have to set up the get the old screen out.
Oh, just like in the old days.
You gotta get the screen
2020.
Out. So here we go.
Yep.
So that's all for the TV that I wanted to discuss, because this isn't going to be a long episode, because before, like, we got a lot of exciting things coming up that we got to prepare for. One of those is, can we officially talk about it?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I've told some people, but yeah, we got a live stream coming up.
We got to promote it too.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to start seeing our faces.
Yes.
I mean, we're gonna get very annoying promoting it, but hey, that's what you do.
Hey,
we'll see people will tune in. That's gonna be us with Joe D'Angelo from Different Take.
Woohoo!
Getting that Halloween prep, getting ready for our 31 movies for Halloween.
Yep. So Red October, the sequel.
Ooh, baby!
It's the first time we're updating the Red October list, which is just Red River Horror's 31 Days of Halloween list. That's all.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2.
I have 31 songs selected for 31
You were able to get it in time.
Yep. So I got that all together. The only problem is I'm having trouble. I just got to sit there and I actually like mess with the track listing.
Yeah.
Like they're all there, but I'm like, no, this has got to be on this different day, but whatever.
No, that's fine. But just remember, because I got to add it to Spotify, you're going to add it to YouTube Music and Apple Music.
It's public on YouTube Music now. If you go to Red River Horror Halloween, 31 songs for Halloween.
Oh, all right. Well, we got to put that up on the site.
So
redriverhorror.com, man.
Yeah, I just got to change around some of the track listings is all. I wanted to mix up, because there's like some bands that are on there more than once.
Okay.
So you want to have it, just kind of break it up a little.
All right. So Sunday, September 26th, and we will have an official time for you in next week's episode if you don't see it on social media before then.
That's right.
So that's going to be our live. We're calling it Selection Sunday for Red October Part 2.
Yep. So that's very exciting. So make sure you check that out. And we will keep talking about it. So that's, I'm excited. Eddie's excited. Joe's excited.
Yes.
Speaking of which, did Joe get back to me about that? No, he's probably busy. So anyway, one more, so here's the thing where I want to close off, because I don't know how long this conversation can go.
Okay.
Because we've been getting excited. I was excited for it, and it's getting some interesting buzz, which is the new James Wan Malignant.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
I did not yet.
I
will.
Edward.
No, I know. I heard it's very good.
I thought you'd be right on top of that.
I usually am, man. I'm in a with the way my hours go.
Life.
It's such a weird space to be in.
Well, I was
can't
just
explain it.
So excited for something fresh, and especially like pretty much everything James Wan does, I like.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
And you know
for
what?
The most part.
The thing that I like about that dude is that he'll just do whatever.
He will.
Like he's not just like it's just like he's not just hard. Didn't he did what, Fast and Furious 3?
No, he did Fast and the Furious 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Justin Lin did Fast and Furious 3, but the thing is, James Wan did Fast and Furious 7, and he does the Aquaman movies.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, hey, big payday, but whatever. I mean,
oh yeah. I mean, he deserves it. I mean, his horror work is if he could keep making horror films, and he's young, which he is. Well, I'm game.
Yeah, and by industry standards, he's not old at all.
No.
So, and people are just like, well, what are his famous horror movies? If you don't know this already, that's Saw, Insidious, The Conjuring, and then the one that we both enjoy that is the under the radar one, which is Dead Silence.
Yes.
Which was his first one post Saw.
Love Dead Silence.
So, and I think, if you look at anything, what Stacey gave it 4 out of 5?
Yeah, if you want to read her full review, honestly, that's hard to get. 4 out of 5.
Yeah, well,
that's hard to get.
It's
on redriverhorror.com. 4 boats.
It was been interesting to see the type of people that I can see who don't like it versus the people who do like it.
Okay. I know it has been polarizing. I know that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure why. I think now I don't want to spoil anything for you, but there's definitely like all the complaints I've seen about the movie are people who don't understand what the word malignant means.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because like you kind of have the idea what like people are just like that twist was dumb. It's just like it's not really a twist.
I gotcha.
It's very obvious and in the title.
Okay, so yeah, say no more.
Say no more,
I'm gonna
fam.
have to watch it. Yeah,
check it out. But that's all I can really put to it. Like when there's the complaints, I think if I was gonna put this in a James Wan category, this would be number. Whereas I think Dead Silence is kind of on its own. This would go into like that Dead Silence territory.
You know what you just brought up that we should totally do?
What's that?
We should rank the James Wan films according to us.
Well, I mean, Saw is going to be my number. The first Saw
Sure.
is it's just a masterpiece.
Sure. But still, I'll bet Joe D might think different. I bet you he has a randomly different take on it.
Yeah. No, he liked it a lot. He was a big fan. So I'll put it this way. So I reached out, and we got to talk to these folks too, because I put it out on Twitter, and a fellow podcaster horror website. Let's see. What did they say to me?
Tweet. Hit us up at Red River Horror on Twitter. It's pretty easy.
So once again, thank you for Promote Horror for promoting us. But that's what got me this. So I asked, what, I was just like wanted to understand like other people's thoughts. Just
yes.
So this is from @following_films podcast. You can find them on Twitter @following_films. James Wan told the audience everything we needed to know about the tone of the film in the opening. That is true. The film is a schlocky action horror gore fest masked in a prestige package. One of his best. And that's a great description of it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can't argue with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say one of his best. I'd say one of his something. It's what I liked about it is it's unique.
Okay.
Whereas Dead Silence was unique.
Yeah, Dead Silence actually scared me. I loved that. That was such a good movie.
So it had a very unique tone. It had a unique type story. It was just something different. Why does it always have to be like especially when like haters of horror movies where it's like you can only recycle things so much. It's like, why do you got to hate on something when it's like, oh, that's dumb. But if it's clever, you got to give it some credit.
I think, you and I talked about this a fair amount in the beginning of the podcast. As a horror viewer, I like to consider myself optimistic.
Yeah.
I always want to find out what the person was trying to do.
Yeah.
Trying to get in like the headspace before, like, I don't like crapping on films. Like if it's a really, really, really bad film, then it's a really, really, really bad film. But,
yeah. And there's definitely some out there that I absolutely have no issue.
Sure.
Just shitting all over. Like the Ring 2 will forever. I said it all the time. Anytime we talk about bad, The Ring 2 is just so bad. Like, it's so bad, I'm tempted to watch it again. And I just want to have stuff to break. Just how awful that movie was.
Yeah.
But so I'm pulling something up here because there's something I wanted to... it's an anniversary of something that... Where is it? Where are you? I gotta find it.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me, Eduardo. It's the anniversary of a certain event. So the movie was fine.
Good.
But the movie experience was not. And I wanted to read my my direct saying that I had for that. What did I say? There it is. This is 5 years, the 5-year anniversary of this this message that I gave out to the public.
Okay.
A tip for your weekend: if you're going to the movies in King of Prussia and what you're going to see is playing in the RPX theater, go somewhere else. It's an overpriced scam. Don't do it, and if you do, don't say I didn't warn you. That god dang RPX movie theater.
Do you remember what you dubbed RPX as to another tweet?
Yeah. Was it real
perplexing expense? Yeah. Like you tweeted at Regal
real perplexing expense.
But it was true. We went to see it, and it's just like, all right, like, that's fine if the movie isn't that good. And I'm actually hoping to get the writer, Simon Barrett, on. We're actually friends on Facebook. We have interacted.
Oh, hell yeah. Look, the movie was fine.
The movie was fine.
The seat was not.
But we go just like, there's 7 o'clock, 8:15, and like the 8:15 one, I think it was like perfect for all of us. We're like, cool, that's great. That's great. So we get there and there's like, okay, yeah, that's the RPX. And we're like, what the what?
Yeah, it's like almost $20, and it's like not even the IMAX, and it's like, what the hell is this?
It's like, oh no, but it's a comfortable chair, and we're like, oh, okay, and sound. So we get to the chair, and it doesn't recline.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, no, what?
It was neither. It was a unique chair. It was like being on the ride The Outer Limits, but less comfortable.
Yes,
and it had none of the effects for that movie. Like it's supposed to be like a 4D experience, and it wasn't definitely not designed.
No, and it's just as bad. You know what? Well, so that tweet was 5 years old. That's when we had that experience to see the Blair Witch. That makes sense. Another film, and I didn't know until I started watching some YouTube videos on this.
Yeah.
Another film that we all hated. My Soul to Take.
I didn't even bother with that one. You gave me full warning on that.
I thought you went with us.
Mm-mm.
Damn, I really, really thought you went with us. Okay.
Nah, you gave me full disclosure to avoid.
Okay. So what they did with that was,
hey, 10% on Rotten. How about that?
Yeah, right.
Boof.
So we were all excited to see My Soul to Take. It came out October 8th, 2010, so not too far from now. They did that 3D thing. They released it as a 3D movie, so we watched it. There's no reason for that film to be in 3D.
Yeah.
So since then, I've actually watched, because I was just like curious. I'm like, you know what? We got to go back and watch this. Watching YouTube videos about it, apparently it was never meant for 3D. They just threw that effect. Like, it wasn't filmed that way. It was just like, you know what? Let's throw this 3D thing on it because it's hot right now.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. So we all got ripped off for that too.
Yeah. Well, at least, I mean, the one 3D one that we did see in theaters ago was My Bloody Valentine 3D, and that was dope.
That was good.
That was so good.
That was worth it in 3D.
That was so good. Because it was made for it.
Yes.
And it was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It was a perfect 3D horror movie.
You're right.
It just was satisfying. It was fun.
So, Joe, I'm sorry. You're going to have to just do this. We're going to have to watch My Soul to Take One.
You're going
to have to see.
Yeah. I mean, hey, there's some movies that really let you down, but there's others you go in there. So let's get a little positivity on the horror spectrum.
Yes.
The one that I went into that I had little to no expectations for, and it surprised me, was Happy Death Day.
Which I still haven't seen.
Fun.
Gotta watch it. You said it was really good.
Just a fun, good horror movie.
Yeah. I hear the actress is fantastic. Like, she's like a really...
Yeah, the cast does great. Yeah, the cast does a great job. There's like 2 movies. One's like these revisions of There's like, in the last like couple years, there was like 3 Groundhog Day type things that came out. And the one was Happy Death Day, which has that kind of vibe. Was that other one with the Tom Cruise that's not a horror movie? It's Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, I have no idea.
Which kind of has that vibe where it's like he's like, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to give it the plot for that, but
right.
it's pretty good though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then the other one, like the other 2 weren't horror at all. The one was called Russian Doll, which was a series on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other was a movie called Palm Springs on Hulu, and that was a comedy. And that was also really good.
Okay.
I highly recommend that if you want like something not horror to watch.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, who has time?
Another movie I forgot about here that was
Especially
actually
now.
good. Just because I had to bring up My Soul to Take.
So Drag Me to Hell?
No, that's a good one. I think that gets the love, though. Like, everybody already loves that movie.
It's got Sam Raimi tagged to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And it's very much Sam Raimi. Like,
Justin Long.
Yeah. But Red Eye was pretty good.
Red Eye. I forgot
Like
about that
movie. 05.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the one with was it Cillian Murphy
and Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That was a good movie.
Wow.
Wow.
Forgot about that.
Not in 3D though.
So.
Wow. Well, Joe, no, that's a lot of fun. Thank you, honestly. Thank you for bringing up all the television that you could be watching this October. You know me. I'm going to be buried deep in our sequel, Red October. The sequel to the original Red October, so we have a whole new batch of horror films to watch. But I will tell you, the good thing about the television shows, if they're available, we're watching Chucky, no question about it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like usually an hour or less. So why not throw on the horror movie?
And then a little episode of Chucky?
Dude, you eat dinner, you throw on a horror movie, and then it's still that in-between time. It's like 9 o'clock. So it's just like, you know what? I don't really want to go to bed yet.
Just a little something.
It's a little taste. Let's come in. He doesn't analyze this.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. But,
Me neither.
But American Horror Story probably comes on at 10 because it's for adults. Anyway, you can still get that hour in after. So you eat dinner, you watch your Red October horror movie for that night.
Yep.
And then you watch a TV show.
Yeah, right. So
love it,
that's
Joe.
really exciting. So we wanted to get that in before, so those are some TV shows. And then honestly, I'm going to start throwing it out there. Be like, what do you think's going to be better? Is it going to be, do you think Chucky will be better? Or I Know What You Did Last Summer? Which series is going to be better? I think I could speak for the 2 of us after looking at those trailers. We're both leaning heavily towards Chucky.
Chucky's a heavy favorite for me right now, but I'm going to get that poll right up on Twitter right now.
So we'll pull that
now.
We'll pull that a bunch.
I'll put it on a 7-day, John.
And don't forget to tag our friends over at Promote.
Oh, yes. Promote horror. Oh, my mic keeps dropping. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Hey. All right, so ask a question. Which TV show do you think will be better? Is that what you want, or more excited?
What do you think?
for?
Which will be best, or is just like which one are you most excited for? I don't know, because there's all these people. Who knows?
We'll just put Chucky, and I know what you
Which
did
will
last
be
summer.
the better series?
Which will be the better series? Ha! Boom. All right, so you probably go alphabetical. So we're not doing this. Chucky is first, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer is next, and that's only by alphabetical.
Mm-hmm.
It's the luck of the draw.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be interesting. Chucky one definitely should be something.
No, we're having fun. We'll watch that on the screen. We'll get Steve involved. We'll have some brewskis, some pumpkin coffee.
And I got to tell you, just before we start, I think I've seen Child's Play 3 more than anyone else.
Yeah, and I still have never seen it in its entirety.
I think I have watched that more times than I think I could. I can't imagine anybody who's seen it more than me.
That's pretty funny.
And it was not even on purpose. It was like, you know, growing up without cable, it was like the only thing on. And why it was on like a Saturday afternoon or Sunday after, like it beats me, but I've seen it so many times.
Child's Play Part 3.
And me and a buddy of mine in high school, we would watch Child's Play Part 2 all the fucking time, just for one particular scene that just made us laugh and laugh and laugh. So we can get into that if we talk about Chucky.
Did that involve the female anatomy?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all. Nothing to do with that.
I would expect at that age.
No.
Not judging. I would just expect at that age it to include the female anatomy.
Nope. Not at all. Something very stupid. Something very like, you know, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but when we talk about the Child's Play series, I will fully get into it.
Okay.
So I don't know, Edward. You know, get on the Twitter. We could even put it up on the book too, and just have people vote.
So go to Red River Horror on Twitter. I just to let everyone know, I tagged it. I pinned it to the top.
Ooh.
So we should have an answer by the next time we record the pod.
Wonderful. And then also, you know, if you haven't checked out Malignant yet, remember to tweet at me your thoughts at Red River Joe. You can also email them into redriverhorror@gmail.com. Make sure you go to redriverhorror.com and read Stacey Lane Wilson's review on Malignant. It's very good. I mean, the way, you know, I think she describes it pretty much, I mean, right around where I'm at.
Well, so you're gonna have to find out.
So definitely check it out, see for yourself.
Anyway, so if you're on Apple Podcasts, give us a subscribe there. You know, follow us, leave us a review. That helps huge.
Just give it a little tappy.
Little tap. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. All our podcasts are up there, and you're not gonna want to miss our first live broadcast, Selection Sunday, September 26th. If you're on Spotify, give us a follow there. Anywhere, tune in. I mean, we're available, but wherever you are to hear a new episode of the Red River Horror Podcast, because you don't want to miss it, make sure you give us a little like, a little follow. And if you're on the Apples, then you do the little review stuff. Joe, I am very excited to watch some television. So I will catch you next time. I'm Eddie Caiazzo, founder of Red River Horror.
Thanks, Ed. And I'm Joe Zakrzewski. And remember out there, folks, go on to redriverhorror.com. Remember, tweet at me at RedRiverJoe your thoughts on Malignant, or email redriverhorror@gmail.com. And as always, keep traveling those channels of fear.